Chapter 13. Not interested, Gumo Cheng said as he smoked. Through the haze of smoke, it was hard to discern what he was thinking. That girl has the guts to provoke you, Xiaoyan remarked, clearly intrigued. He was eager to find out more about the girl who dared to challenge Gumo Cheng without fearing the consequences. He liked her audacity. She had personality. I'll find out who owns that car. Once I do, should I hand them over to you? Xiaoyan asked with a smirk. He couldn't wait to uncover which woman had the nerve to offend Gumo Cheng, the great Buddha. Judging by her features, she was also quite good-looking. No need, Gumo Cheng replied indifferently, taking another drag of his cigarette. All right, Xiaoyan chuckled, letting the matter drop for now. Meanwhile, Suanan pulled back her finger and focused on driving toward the finish line of the race. The prize money, a pile of cash, was already hers. Even better, she would get to see Ming Xiao run naked. Her mood, which had soured from her time at the Su family, improved considerably, and she couldn't help but laugh out loud. When Suanan was happy, her eyes lit up, but she didn't say a word. What's wrong? Suanan slowed the car and glanced at Fuxin curiously. Normally, Fuxin was fearless, especially after escaping this dangerous situation. Why was she suddenly so quiet? Fuxin stared at Suanan, her expression serious. She pulled out her phone, opened a web page, and froze in place. Xiaoxian, don't worry, the car didn't get hit, Suanan reassured her. She thought Fuxin was worried about explaining things to her brother if the car had been damaged. I'm sure of my skills. Even if I rammed him, I'd be quicker. There was no chance of his car hitting us, Suanan added confidently. No, it's not that, Fuxin said softly, her voice tinged with worry. Anan, that car belonged to Gumo Cheng. Suanan froze for a moment, then repeated absently, Gumo Cheng's car? The name didn't immediately register, but as the realization hit her, she slammed on the brakes. Wait, Gumo Cheng. Suanan snatched the phone from Fuxin's hands and stared at the image on the screen, completely stunned. The photo showed the Porsche she had just forced off the road. The driver's back was captured in the image, and below it was a description identifying the car as a limited edition model. It explicitly stated that in all of Peace City, only Gumo Cheng owned such a car. It can't be Gumo Cheng driving, can it? Suanan muttered nervously. Fuxin nodded hesitatively. It should be him. The speed of the car earlier had made it hard for Fuxin to see the driver clearly, but when the Porsche stopped, she had caught a glimpse of him. And since the car was Gumo Cheng's, who else could it have been? It's over, Suanan exclaimed in panic. I hit his car and gave him a thumbs down. Xiaoxian, do you think he'll recognize me? Her earlier excitement over winning the prize was completely gone, replaced by dread. If Gumo Cheng discovered her identity, he would surely mistreat her, or worse, send her back to the Su family. Su Hua, seeing no value in her anymore, might even harm her sister. Seeing Suanan's anxiety, Fuxin tried to comfort her. An, you're wearing makeup, a wig, and glasses. He might not recognize you. Why don't we skip the awards and head back instead? Fuxin suggested. Suanan wanted to cry but had no tears. But what could she do if Gumo Cheng did recognize her? She resolved to deny everything. She would claim she had been obediently sleeping at home all along. Changing into her usual obedient attire, Suanan donned a white dress, masking her earlier reckless persona. As Fuxin walked toward the Gu mansion, she shook her head with amusement. Appearances can be deceiving, Fuxin muttered to herself. Suanan, a wild cat with claws and fangs, could easily fool someone like Gumo Cheng into thinking she was just a naive little girl.